That's a badly played version of one of the first songs I ever learned on the guitar. And it's Friday. Fridays are good for sloppy guitar playing. There it is. Good morning, coffee family. I have passed the point of coffee and I'm now at Bang energy drinks. So Bang, cheers to you. So good. It's unbelievable. It's like heroin. It's called Radical Skedaddle. Whew. All right, man. What's happening? It's Friday. You made it through the week. Congratulations. And thanks for tuning in. It's been a fun week on here. We've talked about GameStop, AMC, in the stock market, all kinds of little energy-raising topics in the morning, including one that turned into a song about being a spark for other people. If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. That's a song that came from one of these talks. It's called People Need a Spark. And it's from, on Monday, we talked about it. And then on Tuesday, I released the song. That's how fast things can happen sometimes. And it reminds me of a quote from Charles Bukowski. I believe it's on his tombstone. I believe it's his, like the words engraved on his tombstone, Charles Bukowski, the insane, creative, wild, wonderful monster of a writer. And it says, don't try. And people think that mistakenly, fools think that means be lazy, like just drop out. It's not what it means at all. From what I've read, there's interviews with his wife and he talked about it a little bit, but what he meant was don't try. Don't do anything you have to try to do. Like you have to try to get up and go to your job in the morning. That's probably not what you should be doing. Find something that you can do naturally where you don't have to try. It's just what you do. Like with him, it was writing. And he said there were points in his life where he was locked in an insane asylum in a padded room. And he would take the newspaper and write on the white edges around the newspaper because he was just obsessed with writing. He didn't have to sit down and try to write. He was compelled to write. That's what don't try means. And that's kind of how this, the effortlessness of this thing, plugging in the camera, sitting on my floor here in a very minimal living room in Los Angeles, California, playing the guitar and talking for 10 to 20 minutes. And then a song pops out. And it takes literally 2 or 3 hours to finish and put on YouTube. There's no trying involved. It's fun. It's fun to be nuts and find something you can do, especially if it makes money. I actually posted a, what's up, Mike? What's up, Silly? What's up, Jake? What's up? Hey, Jake, what's happening, man? I posted a quote on my Instagram and Twitter and everywhere today from Hunter S. Thompson. It said something like, if you're going to be crazy, you better get paid for it or they will lock you up. And it's so true. If you can find a way to turn your insanity into income, you can get away with being insane. Like I would think that at least a huge portion of the biggest CEOs and people that own companies and are worth billions and trillions and hundreds of millions are absolutely nuts. And if you took away all of their money and did an interview with them and just had them talk, you'd go, well, this person's nuts. Lock them up, medicate them, get them off the streets. They're a danger to society. But if they have $1 billion, people tune in and go, oh, he's an oracle. You know, imagine Elon Musk with no money, and especially take him back to the 1980s and have him talk about virtual reality and artificial intelligence and the simulation theories, and that he is himself going to launch rockets into space, and he is himself going to reinvent the electric car and take over the world and be the world's richest man. They would have laughed at him and put him in an insane asylum and medicated him to stop his madness. Who was the guy, there's a movie, Howard Hughes maybe, was he the guy that was that was a huge success, but he was also out of his mind insane? It kind of goes hand in hand, I guess. But I would assume a lot of super successful people would be considered insane if they weren't as successful. What's up, media buyer? What's up, Shane? What's up, you guys? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you. We're talking about being crazy and getting paid for it, or they will lock you up. Reminds me of a joke someone told me one time. They said, what's the difference between a crazy person and a creative genius? What's the difference between a creative genius and a crazy person? And I said, what? They said, $1 million. And I died laughing, man, because it's so true. If someone's nuts and they're broke or they're wandering the streets, they will come by, pick you up, take you to jail, medicate you, and put you in a padded room. But if someone who's nuts makes millions of dollars, they will put you on TV and allow you to write books about how you used your creative insanity to build a business or whatever you did, or record your album or paint your pictures. It's so funny. I mean, think of all the musicians and painters and artists and writers who would have been, who are like our greatest artists, who would have been locked up in an insane asylum had they not been making money or been popular or whatever. Anyway, what are we talking about? What's up, you guys? It is Friday. It's the end of the week. Another full week of Morning Coffee family. Look, man, I was here every morning. You were here every morning. We uploaded this from Instagram to YouTube every day. Excuse me. And a new song popped out. I mean, look, add to that, didn't get into any arguments with anybody, hopefully made a little bit of money, ate right, exercised, and it's a good week. The crazy people think they are insane. Yeah, that's how you know you're really crazy, if you think you're not. Like, I'm crazy enough, I'm crazy to the point where I can acknowledge it and go, I'm kind of nuts. But it's the really crazy people think they're fine. And that is kind of a thing that I think about sometimes. What if the delusional people you see wandering the streets are actually normal, and we're all crazy for believing in this possibly fake reality that we believe in of, waking up in the morning, going to work, punching a clock, earning your money, driving home in traffic, getting home, watching TV and getting drunk or whatever, eating pizza and going to sleep, waking up the next day and doing it all again. And then the next thing you know, you're 75 years old. And you're going, what happened? Why am I so sick and feel so unrewarded? Meanwhile, Charlie the car barker is outside barking at cars, and he's out living his best life. He's like, you guys don't see all these dogs around here? You don't see these demons? You don't see do I have horns sticking out of my head? You don't see that? Maybe we're the crazy ones. Maybe we are the crazy ones. What's up, James? But yeah, I just wanted to send you guys off on a good note for the weekend. It's the last day. I'm watching the stock market. The GME stock jumped from $50 to $90 today. So if you had invested any money yesterday, if you'd bought this GME stock, it almost doubled. Last I checked, it was back down to like 75 or so. It's such a volatile ride. But that's had my attention a lot this week. Hopefully I'll stop paying attention to that pretty soon. I posted a post in MadSociety yesterday or the day before about my plan for February. And It's not too secret, technical, fancy. It's just a strategy to avoid losing any money on the marketing campaigns. That way your profit can exist. Because a lot of us, myself included, like to test a lot. And you might test so much that every dollar that you earn is taken away from your tests, and every dollar that you lose during a test. So I wrote a post about how I'm going to handle that and make a change this weekend, because what do they say? What's the definition of insanity? Is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. If you are waking up, turning on a campaign and it loses money every day, and you go to sleep, wake up and turn it on and it loses money again, and you've been doing that for longer than a week, stop. There's your affiliate marketing tip of the day. Stop losing. Give it a try. But remember, the great campaigns kind of pop in the beginning. You'll see conversions come in the very beginning to give you some hope. Matter of fact, if you're testing a campaign and you don't have any conversions by day 2, and you're doing everything right, I say that with a caveat, because at my first campaign, the first 3 or 4 days were all zeros, but it was because I sucked. I kept the campaign running and it turned into a huge campaign, gigantic, once I figured out what I was doing. If it's your first time, go slow. But if you know what you're doing, you launch a campaign and it's not working, turn it off. Find something that gives you some hope from the beginning. And that is your affiliate marketing tip of the day. Is this the strangest YouTube, Instagram channel on earth? Possibly so. What's up, Jen? So everybody have a great Friday. Thank you for tuning in this week. And hopefully I'll see you next week if we all survive the weekend. I'd say my chances are pretty good. I wasn't always able to say that. It was day to day, man, day to day. But these days, I think I'm going to survive. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your comments, your likes, your subscribes, your coffee cheers, your motivation, your funny comments, and all that jazz. Have a great weekend. My name is Malan Darras, and this is the Strange Morning Coffee Fam. And it's time to go. I will see you in the future.